Avangrid is a leading sustainable energy company that operates in two main segments: networks and renewables. In this section, we will look at Avangrid's financial performance and outlook for 2023 based on its first quarter results and guidance. Avangrid reported consolidated GAAP net income of $245 million, or 63 cents per share, for the first quarter of 2023, compared to $445 million, or $1.15 per share, for the same period in 2022. The decrease was mainly due to the absence of a gain from the restructuring of the company's New England offshore wind lease partnership agreement that was recorded in the first quarter of 2022. On an adjusted basis, excluding special items, Avangrid's net income was $248 million, or 64 cents per share, for the first quarter of 2023, compared to $450 million, or $1.16 per share, for the first quarter of 2022. The adjusted results reflect lower earnings from both the networks and renewables segments. The networks segment reported earnings of $195 million, or 51 cents per share, for the first quarter of 2023, compared to $252 million, or 65 cents per share, for the same period in 2022. The network segment benefited from the execution of rate plans and a positive arrearages order in New York, but these were offset by increased depreciation expense, business expenses, uncollectibles, taxes, and finance costs. The renewables segment reported earnings of $49 million, or 13 cents per share, for the first quarter of 2023, compared to $208 million, or 54 cents per share, for the same period in 2022. The renewables segment was impacted by lower wind production and lower prices in some markets, as well as higher operating and maintenance costs. Despite the lower earnings in the first quarter of 2023, Avangrid reaffirmed its full-year guidance for adjusted earnings per share of $2.25 to $2.45. The company expects to achieve this guidance by continuing to invest in its regulated and renewable businesses, advancing its strategic initiatives, and delivering operational excellence. Some of the key strategic initiatives that Avangrid is pursuing include completing the merger with PNM Resources, which will create a larger and more diversified utility company with operations in New Mexico and Texas. The merger agreement has been extended through July 20, 2023 to allow for regulatory approvals. Developing the New England Clean Energy Connect transmission project, which will deliver hydropower from Quebec to Massachusetts. The project received a positive court ruling in Maine and is expected to be completed by 2024. Expanding its clean energy transmission investments in New York, where it received approval for Phase 2 of the Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act projects worth $2.25 billion. These projects will enable more renewable energy integration and grid modernization in the state. Growing its renewable energy portfolio across the United States, where it executed 524 megawatts of solar power purchase agreements in the first quarter of 2023. The company also signed a memorandum of understanding with the Navajo Tribal Utility Authority to develop up to 1 gigawatt of green energy projects on Navajo lands. Participating in the offshore wind market, where it has a joint venture with Iberdrola to develop projects in New England and New York. The company also has a partnership with Copenhagen Infrastructure Partners to develop projects in North Carolina and California. In summary, Avangrid is a leading sustainable energy company that reported lower earnings for the first quarter of 2023 due to special items and unfavorable market conditions. However, the company reaffirmed its full-year guidance and is pursuing several strategic initiatives that will enhance its long-term growth and value creation. Avangrid is a leading sustainable energy company that has made impressive achievements and goals in the areas of carbon neutrality, green energy projects, and gender equality. Here are some of the highlights of Avangrid's sustainability performance and vision. Avangrid has set an industry-leading target to reach carbon neutrality in Scopes 1 and 2 by 2030, which means it will eliminate or offset all of its direct and indirect greenhouse gas emissions from its operations and electricity generation. This aligns with the country's goal to decarbonize the power sector by 2035. Avangrid is also developing a strategy to address Scope 3 emissions, which are the emissions from its value chain, such as the products and services it purchases, the transportation and distribution of its energy, and the end use of its electricity by customers. Avangrid is a member of the Iberdrola Group, which is a global leader in ESG and has verified science-based targets to become carbon neutral by 2030 in Scopes 1 and 2 and reach net zero in all three scopes by 2040. Avangrid has invested more than $25 billion since 2015 in renewable energy projects, such as wind, solar, hydro, and battery storage, across 24 states. It has 8.7 gigawatts of installed emissions-free capacity, and plans to increase it by 100% by 2025, compared to 2015. Avangrid is a pioneer in offshore wind development in the U.S. with projects such as Vineyard Wind 1, the first commercial-scale offshore wind farm in the country, which will provide clean power to over 400,000 homes and businesses in Massachusetts. Avangrid was also awarded the largest offshore wind project in New England, Commonwealth Wind, which will deliver 1.23 gigawatts of clean capacity to customers. Avangrid has invested in innovation and technology to enhance its grid reliability, resilience, and efficiency. It has deployed smart meters, substation automation, grid analytics, and robotic process automation to improve customer service and optimize its operations. Avangrid has achieved 35% of women in executive positions, reaching its aspirational goal set for 2025 3 years early. It has also been recognized for its commitment to gender equality by being included in the Bloomberg Gender Equality Index for the fourth consecutive year. Avangrid has expanded its social programs to support its employees and communities, such as offering paid parental leave, mental health resources, fertility and family-forming care and coverage, volunteer opportunities, charitable donations, and scholarships. These are some of the ways that Avangrid is demonstrating its ESG+F leadership and creating a clean energy future for all. Avangrid is a leading energy company that is committed to accelerating the clean energy transition through innovation and collaboration. In this section, we will explore some of the initiatives and partnerships that Avangrid has undertaken to support its vision of a sustainable and decarbonized future. One of the initiatives that Avangrid has launched is the Digital Utility Summit, a virtual event that showcases the latest technologies and solutions for the energy sector. The summit brings together experts, innovators, and stakeholders from across the industry to share insights and best practices on topics such as smart grids, data analytics, cybersecurity, customer engagement, and digital transformation. The summit aims to foster a culture of innovation and learning among Avangrid's employees and partners, as well as to inspire new ideas and opportunities for collaboration. Another initiative that Avangrid has organized is the Clean Energy Hackathon, a competition that challenges students and professionals to develop innovative solutions for the clean energy transition. The hackathon focuses on 4 themes: renewable energy integration, grid resilience, energy efficiency, and electrification. The participants work in teams to create prototypes and pitch their ideas to a panel of judges from Avangrid and other organizations. The winners receive cash prizes and scholarships for quantum computing courses. Avangrid has also established strategic partnerships with other companies and institutions to advance its innovation agenda. For example, Avangrid has extended its collaboration with Yale University to support research projects focused on solar energy, battery storage, electric vehicles, or other topics related to the clean energy transition. This collaboration, which began in 2019, supports research into topics such as solar energy, battery storage, electric vehicles, energy policy, clean energy leadership, market development, corporate net zero commitments, and others related to accelerating the growth of clean energy. Another example of Avangrid's partnership is its agreement with Sempra Infrastructure for green hydrogen and ammonia projects. Avangrid and Sempra have signed a memorandum of understanding to jointly develop green hydrogen production facilities in North America using renewable energy sources. The green hydrogen will be used to produce ammonia, which can be used as a low-carbon fuel for transportation and power generation. The agreement also includes exploring opportunities for exporting green hydrogen and ammonia to global markets. These are some of the examples of how Avangrid is leveraging innovation and collaboration to drive the clean energy transition. By investing in new technologies, engaging with diverse stakeholders, and creating value for its customers and communities, Avangrid is positioning itself as a leader in the sustainable energy industry.